All right, gang, I have another editorial. It's coming out of Alaska. I did an editorial on this, the original incident, original complaint. But there's been an update. One of the Anchorage police officers has been charged with something, and it's come out. So there's an update. It just came out about a week ago. I think it was actually the 19th when this was actually announced. The news story is from the 23rd, so we're going to give it to you right here, right now. Thank you, ADN.com, for the story. An Anchorage police officer already facing multiple state charges for an alleged on-duty assault in 2019 was charged with a federal civil rights violation related to the incident, prosecutors said Friday. Cornelius Aaron Pettis Jr. was indicted and now faces a federal felony charge of deprivation of civil rights under color of law, the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Alaska said in a statement. According to federal prosecutors, the indictment alleges that Pettis, while on duty as an officer, assaulted and injured another person, thereby violating that person's United States constitutional rights to be free from the use of unreasonable force by a law enforcement officer. Pettis remains on unpaid administrative leave from the Anchorage Police Department, according to police spokeswoman Kendra Doshier. Anchorage Police Department put both men on unpaid leave after they were indicted in July of 2020. Charging documents in the federal case were not immediately available on Friday, but court documents in the state's case against Pettis say that on the night of September 30th, 2019, Pettis and another officer went to the home of 49-year-old bicyclist to deliver citations from an earlier encounter that the man had recorded on his phone. After he received the citations, the man taunted the officers and followed them down his driveway to the sidewalk, according to the charging documents. Pettis grabbed the man's phone and claimed it was evidence, according to charging documents. And while the man stood in a neutral stance with his hands by his side, Pettis punched him in the jaw and kicked him in the groin, according to the charging documents, which also described dashboard camera footage of the incident. Pettis then said, "What's up? What's up? You want some more?" according to the charging document. The other officer was nearby standing in one spot and watching without a change in his expression, the charges said. You heard that. The other officer was standing and watching without a change in his expression. It was more like, fucking Pettis doing it again. That's what you get for fucking with my partner Pettis. Pettis the penis. After moving the man up the driveway, Pettis used pepper spray on him and with the other officer's help handcuffed him and arrested him for assault, disorderly conduct, and resisting arrest, according to the assault charges against Pettis. The Anchorage Police Department began a use of force investigation and detectives then interviewed Pettis. He claimed that Allen had been in a fighting stance with his fist balled up and slightly raised, according to the charge documents. The video footage differed significantly from Pettis' police report, and when questioned, Pettis said, "I don't know, that's how I remembered it," according to the charges. He also said he did not remember kicking Allen in the groin. See, that's why you always record the police. I don't care if it's a boring traffic stop and the cop says, "How you doing, man? You have a good night, cameraman," or whatever. Hey, Jimmy, how's it going, buddy? Whatever. You still record because something like this could happen. And it says the video differed from the police report. And the officer says, "That's how I remember it." Yeah, that's how you remember it because you wanted it to be the way the narrative has to be to protect yourself. Not the truth, but what protects you the most. That's a police narrative in most cases. I won't say in all cases because there are cops out there who write up truthfully what happened because they're doing their job honestly. But you get these dishonest cops that are bullies, tyrants, lawbreakers, civil rights violators, policy breakers, and they get out here and they pull this bullshit and then they go, "That's how I remembered it." No, that's how you wrote it up. And you memorized it in your report that way so that when you testify, you say, "This is how I remember it." That's how you remember reading it on your own police report. Pettis pleaded not guilty to 2 misdemeanor assault charges, 2 counts of tampering with public records, and 1 count of interference with constitutional rights in state court for the same incident. State prosecutors also charged the other officer with public records tampering, though court records appear to show that charge was dismissed. The federal deprivation of civil rights charge that was announced on Friday, the October 19th, comes with a maximum prison sentence of up to 10 years. The FBI led the investigation that resulted in the federal indictment with help from the Anchorage Police Department, federal prosecutors have said. This case is being prosecuted by Assistant U.S. Attorney James Klugman. Now, if he's any relation to Jack Klugman, you're in trouble. I don't know if he is or not, but if he is, he sure likes that Philadelphia cream cheese. Anyway, moving on. So, this guy, this Pettis guy who, obviously his police report didn't match what's in the video. They said it differed from what the video is, and then he says, well, I remember it that way. I'm not going to rehash that, but I did want to reiterate it. That's, you have to record police interactions. You have to, because your video is going to tell the truth. And cops should be happy you're recording. Cops should be like, especially if you don't have a body camera, like our police here in town, they don't have body cameras yet. I don't know if they're going to get them at all. They don't have them. So they should see me recording and go, yes, thank you. Because if the guy lies on them, they can go, Jimmy was recording up the street. He's got video of it. So the cops that give me a hard time about recording, I don't get it. Or maybe you're doing something you don't want recorded and you're like, dude, what the fuck, man? Because cops without body cameras should be like, thank you. Should be. Or this happens right here. And then he gets his federal indictment for, civil rights violations under color of law, facing up to 10 years. He'll be lucky to get 3. We'll be lucky if he even gets 3. He'll get probation or something. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Community Leo Watch, watching Leos. That's law enforcement officers and civil rights violators in Alaska from coast to coast.